Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments,
5 minutes with the G,
the straight shooting view,
coaching with JBK. We produce, record and edit video content
and audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Verbal, Podomatic,
Anchor,
Spotify
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now. I can see you now and then. I can see you now.
Welcome to
Coaching with JBK. Welcome. It's yours truly, JBK, with a bumper roundup again of the FA Cup, the WSL and the Championship. So there is a lot of results to talk about, and we're going to go through the tables and those who have managed to win trophies along the way. And hopefully we'll talk about the games coming up as well and where they will be happening also, because there's going to be some important games not only at the top of the table in the WSL, but also at the bottom based on results. And also in the Championship. So we start with last weekend's results. On Saturday the 16th of April, West Ham United 1, Manchester City 4. Ellen White with the first goal in the 22nd minute. Chloe Kelly returning to get her first goal in the 37th minute. Lisa Evans in the 42nd minute before giving a chance for West Ham to get back into the game, but Lauren Hemp with a goal in the 66th minute before her final goal in the 91st to give Man City a 4-1 win. We move on to the next result, which is Arsenal Nil Chelsea 2, which is on Sunday the 17th of April. Watching this game, Arsenal did have chances in the first half, but they didn't necessarily put them into the back of the net or put them on target, which also shows where Chelsea really defended well in that first half. And also overall, Guru Wrighton with a goal outside of the box in the 50th minute before Ji-So Young 11 minutes later scoring Chelsea's second and all-important goal to seal the result for Chelsea, which means on the 15th of May 2022, it will be Manchester City versus Chelsea at Wembley, hoping for a massive game for both, and the crowd is going to be a bumper crowd as well. Will Chelsea secure a treble in that time, or will Manchester City complete a domestic double of both the Conti Cup and the FA Cup? Also, on top of this, we're going to go into the WSL, and we're going this week's game, which is Brighton 1, Birmingham City 3. Big game for this, because where the results lie, we were going to talk about it in the table. Let's say that this was one of those results that needed to happen for Birmingham City. So the first goal coming in the 9th minute, Sarri with the goal for Birmingham City, before the next goal coming literally 15 minutes from time from Louise Quinn in the 75th minute. Omar got a goal in the 84th, but Louise Quinn rounded it off with a second in the 88th, giving Birmingham City a win away from home, their first of the season. We move on, and the reason why we move on is because the big game coming up now will be Manchester City 4, Leicester City 0. Now, the reason why I've said it in that way is because there's a small gap that has been bridged between Birmingham City and Leicester City. So it'll be interesting to see who goes down on this occasion. Caroline Weir with the first goal in the 16th minute. Lauren Hemp with another of her within a very good season for Lauren Hemp on the 43rd minute. Blackstead with a goal in the 48th minute before Greenwood finishing off in the 63rd with a penalty. Big result here because it means that there's a big, massive, well, the games that are left will come down to next week, whether Birmingham City will be relegated or if it will go down to the wire on the final day of the weekend, or the final game of the weekend of the WSL season, sorry. We move on to our next result, and it is Reading 1, West Ham United 2. With this result, big result for West Ham United. First goal coming in the 46th minute, and then another goal 4 minutes from time from Hasegawa. Bryson with a goal 5 minutes 5 minutes added on into injury time, giving West Ham United a 2-1 victory over Reading. We continue. And this game, Tottenham Hotspur 1, Chelsea 3. Now, here's a funny thing. Spurs and Chelsea also meet midweek, which means this is going to be an interesting game to look at going forward. So the first goal coming in the 15th minute, which was an own goal by Chelsea to give Spurs the lead in the 15th minute of the game. Guru Wrighton then equalised before Anne-Katrin Berger, the goalkeeper for Chelsea, was sent off. No goals for a long time before the 71st minute, where Sam Kerr managed to get her goal, a customary goal, as they say, in the game. And then Jessie Fleming managing to give Chelsea a 3-1 victory. Now, when you look at that and you look at the table, which we will do soon enough, you know that that game is important because of what's happening during the week as well. We also move it into Everton against Arsenal. Everton nil, Arsenal 3. Caitlin Ford with the first goal in the 43rd minute. Took a long time for Arsenal to get their shots off and managing to get a goal into the back of the net. Beth Mead with a goal in the 67th minute, which means that she has 50 goals. And Jordan Nobbs joins her, where Beth Mead has 50 assists and goals. Jordan Nobbs also has 50 goals. Well done to both of them in the WSL. But we now have to look and turn our attentions to the big results and what the table now looks like. So, as we talk about this, it's a big result for everybody involved. Massive games coming up. And reading it from bottom to top, Birmingham City on 8 points with 19 played. They have a game in hand on Leicester City, 12 played, which means it is 4 points. 4 points to go in this. All right. Then we go to Everton in 10th, Aston Villa in 9th, Reading in 8th, Brighton and Hove Albion in 7th, West Ham in 6th, Spurs in 5th, Manchester City in 4th. We also missed a result. We missed out on a result. It was Aston Villa 0, Manchester United 0. That result does affect the table also, because with Manchester United only getting a draw there, it gives Manchester City a chance to get into that third spot with the games that they've got in hand. Yeah, with the one game that they got in hand, they've got a chance to get above Manchester United in the table. Arsenal in second on 46 points and Chelsea on 47 in first place on 47 points. And not only that, not only that, they've both played the same amount of games. So we look forward to the next fixtures going ahead in the WSL. And we look at this on Thursday, the 28th of April. It will be Chelsea versus Spurs. And then the Saturday will be Manchester City versus Brighton and Hove Albion. Can Manchester City go into Sunday in third place? It will be what a monumental turnaround it will be for Manchester City. Then we go into Sunday's games. Manchester United versus West Ham United. Leicester City against Reading. Remember, it will just be maybe just that one win that will give Leicester safety. One win. And then we look at Birmingham City versus Chelsea on the Sunday. Arsenal versus Aston Villa. And Everton against Spurs. We move that on and make sure that you get a chance to watch those games. It will be big time results. We move it on, and we start to talk about the Championship. And the reason why we're talking about the Championship is because one side of it has been completed, but the other side is just as dangerous. And we talk about the first game just over a week ago. London City Lionesses 1, Lewis FC Women 0. The goal coming in the 6th minute, which was an own goal from McKenna. Unfortunate, but it gives London City Lionesses 3 points on the night, Thursday the 14th of April, that game was. We move on. And we get our next results coming through, which will be Bristol on Sunday the 17th of April. Bristol City 1, Coventry United 1. Significant result, this one, because it means that Coventry United are in a better position, not only to affect the bottom half of the table, but to give themselves a fighting chance. Going into the final weekend. Well, the results coming from that will be interesting also. And we look at those and we start to talk about them, because the reason for this is the next result that we'll have will be Sunday the 24th. It was Crystal Palace 2, Watford 1. The goals coming in the first half for Crystal Palace, Sharp with both of Palace's goals in the 19th and 39th minutes. And then Davison with a goal in the 81st, but wasn't enough to get Watford back into the game. However, the next result is just as key, because it was Coventry United 1, Lewis FC Women 0. What a time just to get the 3 points in this one, which sets up a grand stand finish next week. But before we get to that, a penalty kick from Wilkinson in the 71st minute, so 20 minutes to go, gave Coventry United the win. And what a time to get that result. We move it on. And we look at Blackburn Rovers 0, Charlton Athletic 3. What a time to get the results for Charlton Athletic, giving themselves a bit of breathing space in the middle of the pack. Ross with the first goal in the 11th minute. Follis with a goal in the 32nd before Hushan in the 47th minute. I hope I've said that right. Apologies if I haven't. It will be a tough result for Blackburn Rovers, whose maiden season in the Championship has gone well so far. If you consider it as a good result, I would. It keeps them up in the Championship, and it means that they can start to maintain where they're going forward. We move into the next result, which is Bristol City 1, London City Lionesses 3. Primus with a goal on the 11th minute before Harrison getting a goal. Well, Primus with a goal in the 11th minute. Rodgers with a goal in the 16th before Harrison getting a goal back on the 32nd minute for Bristol City. And then the result, the final goal coming in the 41st minute from Moya, who managing to get a goal in the 41st minute to give London City Lionesses a comfortable 3-1 victory. What a time to get the results. What a time to really push your ticket into next season's championship. Durham FC 3, Sunderland nil was the next result. Lambert with a goal in the 3rd minute, and then a 2-minute salvo with Bradley scoring in the 51st before Heppel scoring in the 53rd, giving Durham FC a 3-0 victory. We finish off with the champions, who have comfortably won the Women's Championship by a considerable distance, and we will say this as we look at the league table soon enough. Liverpool 6, Sheffield United 1. Liverpool 6, Sheffield United 1. Just be prepared for that. Yes, so first goal from Stengel in the 3rd minute. Kiernan with the goal in the 14th minute. Lawley with a goal in the 47th. Stengel with a second in the 66th. Kearns with a goal in the 83rd. And then the final goal wrapping it up was Matthews in the 86th minute. However, Wilson did get a goal back in the 78th minute for Sheffield United. But too little too late, with the fact that Liverpool have gone on to win the league and also been promoted into the WSL once again. Now, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to go from top to bottom on this occasion. Liverpool on 21, played 21 on 52 points. And then London City Lionesses on 38 points, having played the same amount of games. Bristol City on the 36. Crystal Palace on 36. So basically a 11 difference. Oh no, even more than that. Quite a bit. So plus 15, minus 4 for Crystal Palace and Bristol City respectively. Durham FC on 34 points. Sheffield United on 32 in 6th place. Charlton Athletic on 31 in 7th. Lewis FC on minus 2 goal difference on 26. Sunderland on 23 points, minus 9. Blackburn Rovers on minus 22, 17 points. And then we finally come to the reason why I mentioned the goal difference ratio was because of Watford and Coventry United. Watford in 11th place on 11 points on a minus 27. Coventry United in 12th, minus 15 on 9 points. And here's how the fixtures look for the final results. The final results going forward. How the fixtures look going into the final weekend. We have Sunderland against Bristol City, Sheffield United against Crystal Palace, London City Lionesses against Blackburn Rovers, Lewis FC against Liverpool, Charlton Athletic against Durham FC, and the big game at Vicarage Road. 2 o'clock kickoff for all of these games, but this one so important is Watford versus Coventry United. What a game. What a game. Potential, well, not even potential. Whoever wins this stays up, the other team goes down. That is how this is going to be read. This is the final game of the season. Wow. What a time to be in the women's game. This should be an interesting one. For Watford, they've just come back into into the Championship. First season back, very difficult, and have been able to get themselves into a position where they're enjoying football, but at the same time losing points. Had a turnover of managers, now got themselves into a position where they could potentially, they just need a draw. But we don't want to see that. We want to see them go for the win, don't we? Coventry United's story is just one of legend, if they can do it. One of legend. Now, Coventry United at basically Christmas, New Year time, basically were almost liquidated to the point where they weren't going to be a team. They would have had to have started again at some point, but in the 11th hour was able to find a buyer who put the money in, who was a local person, managing to find the money to basically buy Coventry United. They also had a points deduction based on the fact that they went into liquidation, or they went into administration, I should say. And from this, they've managed to crawl it back. They've managed to fight their way back to make sure that they now have a chance to stay up. So what a story this would be for both teams. Watford, their first season in the Championship, and Coventry United having to make certain that they don't go down from a position where they weren't. If you've been watching the men's game and watching the Sky Bet Championship, Derby County had the same situation and unfortunately wasn't able to stay up, as they had a 21-point deduction. But Coventry United had something similar, and it put them into last place, and they've managed to get themselves into a position where one single win will keep them up. So that is your roundup. But I'm also going to go into the National League, going into the Northern Premier. Wolves have made sure that they've got their win. 56 points. They've managed to stay up. Well done to Wolves. Massive win. They're getting promoted this season. And Southampton will be joining them on this occasion. 65 points. 65 points on this occasion. They played one game less than Ipswich Town, but they've managed to get those results. Going into Division 1, Boldmere on 51 points. Well done to them for getting their results. There's your team going into the Northern Premier, or possibly the Southern Premier, you never know. It's a Midlands team. Division 1 North, Liverpool Feds above Newcastle United on 56 points. Well done to Liverpool Feds. It's not over yet though, I believe, as there are still games to be played throughout. Alnwick Town also must play their games as well. Then we go Division 1 South East. United on 62 points, with Billericay basically needing that one single win to catch United. Division 1 Southwest, Cheltenham Town on 45 points, winning the league with one single loss all season, but 14 wins. 14. Brilliant result for them. And AFC Bournemouth on 40 points. So, there is your roundup from all of the leagues going into Tier 1, 2 and 3. There is your roundup. Yours truly has been amazing to listen. Well, it's been an amazing season, and it's going to culminate in a few games to go, with next week's championship finishing off, and also the WSL coming up to the final 2 rounds of games. Please get yourself down to a match, regardless of where it is, regardless of where you are. See if you can get yourself to a match and just enjoy. We also have the FA Cup coming up in 2 weeks' time. Just over 2 weeks, I should say. Just over 2 weeks. 15th of May 2022 between Chelsea and Manchester City. And not only that, but there is a certain trophy coming to England. There's a certain trophy and tournament to go with it coming to England. That is the Euro tournament coming to England. Hopefully you get your chance to come down and watch a game, regardless of whether it's up north or down south. Hopefully you get the chance to come and watch a game. Please do so. It will be a massive, massive draw if you can for the women's game. Yours truly is signing off finally. But I am pleased to say thank you very much for all of you and to all of you for listening in. We have basically 2 more rounds of games to go. This has been your bumper roundup of not only the FA Cup, but also the Women's Championship and the WSL, and also leagues through the National League as well. Yours truly is now finally signing off. Peace! Join the Pitch Talk revolution.
Check out the official Pitch Talk website.
www.pitch-talk.com. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Pitch Talk.
We are fans of football dropping vlogs, videos and podcasts on the beautiful game.
Check out our videos on YouTube and Instagram's IGTV,
including special feature segments,
5 minutes with the G,
the straight shooting view,
coaching with JBK. We produce, record and edit video content
and
audio on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts,
Verbal, Podomatic,
Anchor,
Spotify
and other podcast platforms.
Join the Pitch Talk revolution on Twitter, Instagram,
Facebook
and www.pitch-talk.com.
The pitch is where we eat.
The pitch is where we sleep.
And the pitch is where we talk.
I can see you now.